Folks, listen, we're about to dive into a racy topic here, so parents, just be a good time to send your kids to clean their rooms. Ladies, I know lots of you gossip with your girlfriends about how to improve your sex lives. Well, my next guest here knows the answers. She's a woman's sexual health doctor and the author of Love, Sex Again. Please welcome Dr. Laura Streicher. Welcome, doctor.
Thank you.
Okay, doctor, how many women struggle to enjoy sex?
Well, a lot more than you would ever think, because this is one of those taboo topics. So they talk about it with their girlfriends, but not really. So every woman thinks that she is the only one that is not having amazing, mind-blowing sex. And the truth of the matter is 40% of women are having a problem. So that's the #1 message is ladies, you are not alone, and there is help.
Okay, now you say there are women who lose interest in sex.
That's
Why?
one of the big ones. You know, when you look at all the different sexual problems someone might have, loss of libido is the most common. It's also the most complex. I mean, face it, women are complicated. I mean, guys, you know, pretty much on, off, you know, pretty simple. Women, there are a lot of things that can get in the way. Hormonal stuff, medical stuff, relationship stuff. I mean, we're not even talking about the monotony of monogamy. Even if you love the partner you've been with for many years, things do get kind of old. But aside from that, there are real things that can sabotage someone's sex life. Hormones. I mean, throughout a woman's life, you know, PMS, postpartum, birth control pills, menopause, this all is going to impact on her desire to have sex. And then we've got the medical problems, you know, women who have heart disease, diabetes, cancer. Yeah, I mean, all of these things, and then stress. I mean, your kid just came home with another piercing.
Oh, this too long.
It's a long list.
You know, this is... I'm not enjoying this segment.
No, but you're gonna.
How am I gonna remember all this?
Because we're gonna talk about the things to fix it, and that's the reality, is you can fix this stuff.
See, with men, everything you listed that could possibly be wrong, hormones, PMS, bills, stress, all this here, sex fix all that.
Well, and you exactly nailed it. That's the difference between men and women. For men, sex is a stress reliever. Yeah. For women, it's another thing on the friggin' to-do list, you know? And it's like, I am so tired, I haven't slept in 3 days, and I see the bed and I want to sleep.
All right, why else are women avoiding sex?
All right, well, one of the big reasons, again, taboo, they don't talk about it, is sometimes it just hurts. And sane, normal people don't want to do things that hurt. And there are a lot of things that can cause sex to be very, very painful. So, for example, we know that there are a lot of things that can dry those tissues out. And women, you know, desperate women do desperate things. So the first thing they're going to do to try and get things a little more slippery is they're going to head to those household products to see what they've got. And this is true. So women head down to the kitchen, and then they look in the kitchen, they're like, well, there's some olive oil, and there's, you know, some coconut oil. And I mean, let's think about this. Do you really want to smell like olive oil? No.
I don't care.
No, you know, Now, I always say this stuff is better for making lunch than making love. Not to mention, it doesn't really last very long. These things aren't condom compatible. I mean, let's be realistic here. We've got 50% of women that are out there single. They need to not just make it slippery, they need to make it safe. So you can't use all that stuff in your kitchen. So then you got to head to the drugstore, okay? Heading to the drugstore is no party either, because you think you're going to run into your church group or something. This is for the baby's bottom, not for the grown-up's bottom. I'm just saying.
My weapon of choice.
Oh, I'm about to make things a whole lot better for you.
I'm going to tell you right now, you can find baby oil anywhere.
All right, but let's just be honest
I'm
here.
gonna open up.
Okay, it's not gonna work for everyone.
Why is it bad though?
Because
is baby oil bad?
it doesn't last long enough. It's too thin, and it is not condom compatible, and it can cause infection. We know that women that use baby oil and Vaseline, all of those things that can increase the risk of yeast infections and bacterial infections. So you have to use stuff that was meant to go there. That stuff was not meant to go there.
Some people. Not everybody.
Better than nothing in a pinch. But head over to the drugstore, get something that's meant for that.
Okay, like what?
Okay, so there's two kinds of lubes. You know, people, they go into the drugstore and they're like in a panic because they're going to run into someone they know. So they grab the first thing. Right. You don't want to grab the first thing. You want to know what you're getting. Okay. There's two kinds of lubricants. There's the water-based lubricants, which are the most common ones out there. And they're okay, but they get kind of sticky. They don't last very long. They're cheap. You can do better than that.
Baby don't ever get sticky.
That's... I'm about to tell you the marriage saver. The silicone lubes are the ones that will make the difference, because with a silicone lube, things are really slippery, lasts a really long time, condom compatible. This is the good stuff.
Where?
Little pricier.
Which one?
Little pricier. Would you like to try some? This, you have no idea. This is... Come on.
Let me see. See, you got this technique.
Okay, you got to run.
I like that.
You want to put that up against your baby oil?
I like that. This nice.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, this nice right here.
It's nice.
It don't splash either.
It's nice.
Do this here, baby oil splash.
Right, and there's no splash.
I done got it all over some suits before.
This is slick. You can also use this to massage.
Oh, yeah.
Makes your hair smooth and shiny. It's multi-purpose. A lot of things when you go to the store...
How much that cost?
What, it's not worth it for the special woman in your life?
I just asked how much it was.
A few dollars,
This
good
ain't
stuff.
but $1, though.
Yeah.
$1
You get what you pay for.
I'm going to be honest with you. This is really nice, though. This right here, though, see, let me tell you something. See, this is what you can't do with this here. This product, you got to be right there. You can start your sexiness for 10 feet away.
It's true.
You fire that right there. You shoot that. Okay. I do think this is worth a try.
It is worth it. And the other thing also is keep in mind all these lubricants just make things more slippery, but they don't actually change the tissue. Sometimes you really have to plump up the tissue, thicken the tissue if you're a woman and things are dry. So that's where you get the long-acting moisturizers like Replens. That's actually going to increase the water content. And then there's some prescription products. Some women, they got to go to their doctor. They got to get a prescription because at the end of the day, dry and thin is dry and thin. And you just have to plump it up. No woman should have painful sex.
Right.
And the guys don't want them to either. You know, the studies have shown that the guys, they hold back because they know that it's going to hurt.
Look, if you love your girl, you don't want to be in it. This can't be a painful. No,
you want to make it
your
good.
girl. What is this about? This should be good for everybody here.
You want it to be good? You want her to get over that mountain there? You don't want it...
Over the mountain.
Over a lot of mountains. And a lot of women have trouble with that. I mean, and again, it's all about blood flow. It's about hormones. If someone has a weak pelvic floor, and we see this a lot after babies, with coughing, with time, if someone doesn't have a pelvic floor that contracts, not much is going to happen. And women need to understand that they can, just like you go to the gym and you can pump up and, you know, get your arms strong, you can strengthen your pelvic floor, which is not only going to keep you from peeing on your partner, because we don't want you peeing on your partner, but we also want you to be able to get over the top. And there is help for that. There is actually a new device. There's a home device called Apex that you can get from your doctor that is like a trip to the gym for your pelvic floor. And it will make a huge difference in your love life.
Can I ask you a favor?
Can I
have you come back sometime, because I think that you have some great information, and I think we should do more segments like this.
Well, I would love to.
Hey, listen, folks, to learn more about improving your sex life, read Dr. Streicher's book called Love, Sex Again. It's available now, and guess what? Everybody in the audience is going home with a copy. Love, Sex Now. We'll be right back.